It's Sunday, your day off, and you decide to treat yourself to the most mouth-watering, scrumptious, homemade, moist chocolate cake. So you decide to make yourself one following a top-secret family recipe you never told anyone, not even your wife, because you know, it's secret. When you're done with the baking, you give yourself a spa-level beauty treatment so that your look matches that of the cake, only to come back to the kitchen later on and find this. At first, you refuse to believe your eyes. Then the reality sets in and you explode.
Who's eating my cake?
Whoa, calm down, man. Nobody's eating your cake. Still there. Look, right in front of you.
Now, which question is correct? Is it who's eating my cake or who's been eating my cake?
In this video, I'm going to explain the differences between present perfect simple and present perfect continuous. Watch it to the end because there's a short quiz for you towards the end of the video. By the way, my name's Nelson. I'm a bilingual certified English teacher. I've been teaching English for nearly 20 years now. If you're new to the channel, I'd really appreciate it if you can share it with someone else and subscribe to this channel to encourage me to make more videos. Present perfect simple or present perfect continuous. What are the differences between these two verb tenses? The most striking one is probably in their forms. So let's go over it one more time just to make sure we're all on the same page. So present perfect simple starts with the verb to have and it's followed by the past participle of a verb. In this case, it's verb number 3. Here's the negative form. And here's the interrogative form. The present perfect continuous also starts with the verb to have, then it's followed by been plus the base form of a verb followed by ing. So it's she has been eating, we have been living. Just like any continuous tenses, present perfect continuous is not usually used with verbs that describe thoughts or feelings, the so-called stative verbs. Nor is it used to talk about specific quantities when referring to the same period of time. So that's all well and good, you would say, but how do I actually use them? I knew you would ask. Now let's consider 3 examples that will help you get your heads around this. Imagine you've just bought yourself what you think is the best book ever. You're so engrossed in your new book that you hardly have any time for anything else, not even your dog. But your dog keeps putting itself in your way, distracting you with its antics. However, against all odds, you finally finish reading the book. Now your friend comes over and she starts raving about a new book she bought. But guess what? It's the very same book you read. You share her enthusiasm and you don't want to disappoint her, but you just can't help to show her how updated you are on the reading trends. So you proudly say, "Oh, I've read that book." Okay, that's true, but is the sentence correct? You see, you finished reading the book, right? The action is completed. So if the action is finished in the past or completed, we use present perfect simple. If her dog hadn't let her finish reading the book, in which case she would still be reading, the correct sentence would have been, "I have been reading." That's present perfect continuous. Now at this point you might be reasoning, "Oh yeah, I got it. Not so fast." The following examples highlight two things you may not know about these verb tenses, and at least one of them addresses a common mistake that even native speakers make. Now imagine you work for a company in an admin position. So you're asked to update your boss on a new project. Although you send him an email, he still calls you to ask you about it. What would you say? The email was sent, the action is finished. I've sent you an email, of course. That was a no-brainer, wasn't it? But what if the action hadn't been finished? Would you say, I've been sending you an email? Think of it. Sending an email is an action that can be done in no time, just with a click of a button. If you imply that you're still doing it, well, that would be weird, don't you think? Think, how many times can you send the same email over and over? That would only make sense if you were talking about different emails, or that you're still trying to send the same one. You can still use present perfect continuous to talk about finished action in the past, but only when you refer to clear evidence or recent effects of these actions. And no, this doesn't apply to sudden or quick actions. The following example will summarize some of the key points we've seen so far. It will also help you to avoid some of the common mistakes made when using these two verb tenses. Imagine you start going to the gym to work out, maybe to lose weight or just to keep fit. In 2018, you decide you don't want to go to the gym anymore. So you stop going to the gym, but you continue working out at home. So while one of the activities is finished, the other one continues. You continue to work out at home. Think of the verb tense you would use to talk about it later on. You can use present perfect here because the time you refer to includes now, and that's an activity you still do. But would you use present perfect simple or present perfect continuous? How would you tell your friends about the time you went to the gym? How would you say that? I have gone to the gym? Well, that would only make sense if what you mean is you're still there. So if you're not there anymore, then the correct sentence would be I have been to the gym. But what about working out? It's something you still do. So would it be I have worked out or I have been working out? So what's wrong with the sentence I have worked out since 2006? Well, for one, this is something you still do. That's an ongoing action or activity, so present perfect continuous should be used here. That's also why we don't use yet or already, which implies that the action is finished, with present perfect continuous. So, is this sentence in present perfect simple or present perfect continuous? That's right. We have the verb to have and we have the past participle of the verb finish. We also have just, which means recently. It still implies that the action is finished. One more thing. I have read the book means you finished reading the book. I've been reading the book implies that you are still reading, you haven't finished. In summary, we use present perfect simple to talk about finished or completed actions in the past within a period of time that continues until now. We also use present perfect simple to talk about actions that are expected to be repeated. Present perfect continuous, on the other hand, is used to talk about past activities we still do, unfinished actions in the past, or very recent actions or evidence of those actions. You can also use it to talk about temporary actions that started in the past. Now here's a short quiz to help you revise and see how much you've learned. You may want to pause the video to buy yourself some time. How did it go? Here's the solution and the explanation. In the first sentence we have the verb catch up. That's an action that happens at any point in time after some work or some effort. So that's simple. In the second sentence, the phrase "we're still renovating" implies that the situation is temporary, so we use present perfect continuous there. So in the third sentence, the clue is seen, and we know that see is a stative verb, and stative verb can only be used with present perfect simple. In the fourth sentence, the clue is the word yet. Yet indicates a finished action, so can only be used with present perfect simple. In the fifth sentence, we have the verb respond. That is an action that can happen at any point in time. That's a quick action, and there's no reason to believe that it's an ongoing action, unless of course we're talking about responding to different emails. The last one is clearly present perfect simple, because quantities, 2 glasses of water, can only be used with present perfect simple. Did you get it right? So how about the question that we mentioned at the beginning of the video? Is it who's eating the cake or who's been eating the cake? Let me know in your comments below. So that's it for this video. I hope it's been helpful. Don't forget to watch these videos to help you keep improving your grammar and pronunciation. I'll see you in the next one.